It is that time of the month again. It is time to pick our TBR, or what books we'll be reading in the month of June. I think it's pretty insane that we're already officially halfway through 2025, but I digress. I know in the summer we usually read romance books, but this time, I'm really interested in a wide variety. So yes, of course, we'll definitely have our romance picks, but I also want something else. And because we're picking our TBR with our new board game, I'm super excited. If y'all remember, our old board game from last year was this Bookopoly one, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed using it, but her time is up now. She's looking a little dinged up, okay? So that's why in the last video, we made another one. If you want to see that video or if you missed it, I will link it down below. But this is the new board game we made. And this one is completely different because with this last board game, we used a Monopoly theme. So we moved around the board. There were question marks, there were mystery questions and things like that. And it was really fun, but I wanted to switch things up. So with this one, I got the inspiration from Pinterest, and this one is completely different. It is divided in different genres, so they all have their own individual board game. So fantasy has its own board game and its own prompts, so does sci-fi, so does romance, and so does literary fiction. Now these are my 4 favorite genres, so I feel like this would be a good mix because 90% of my books fit within these categories. And I like this board game a little bit better because as a mood reader, it allows me to have a little bit more autonomy. So if I want specifically to pick a romance pick, I can just pick this board game. And if I want to specifically pick a literary fiction one, I can just use this one. And I think that from here on out, we're gonna have really good luck. I'm hoping, we'll see though. My only concern is I don't know if I gave enough prompts for each one because I had to copy a lot of them over just because I couldn't think of anything else and it feels very repetitive. But I'm hoping that because we spread them out based on genre, it will still give me a bit of variety. Now, I'm pretty notorious for not following my TBR, so I'm really hoping that this month we change that up because now we're picking books that I actually really want to read. And because of that, the first genre that I want to pick from is science fiction. I am still currently reading the Red Rising series, and because I'm in that mode, I definitely want a few of my books to have sci-fi in it. Okay, let's see. We rolled a 1. And today my little character to move around the board is this Octavia pin. I got this Octavia Butler pin when I was in LA for Shelves in the City, and it's so cute. I just don't have anywhere to put it, so it's just been sitting on my desk, so I feel like this is the perfect time to use it. And with this board, I just want to let you know, I'm going to be moving from left to right. So we're always going to be moving from left to right, and then from there, we'll let the fates pick whatever we're reading. So because we picked number 1 on the literary fiction, that's not true. On the sci-fi board, let's see what that is. Sci-fi with romance. I don't even know if I have one. Wait a second. Let's investigate. This is my sci-fi / fantasy shelf. Why is that so hard to say? Wait a second. This is my fantasy / sci-fi. This is a shelf. Right here we have, of course, the entire Red Rising series, and then we also have other things here. I don't know if Recursion has romance in it. This is a very tough one. I feel like Red Rising definitely has romance, but it's such a small subplot, it doesn't even count. Plus, I'm already reading it, so that's kind of cheating, isn't it? The Martian? I feel like The Martian, he's pretty much by himself, right? Oh, maybe we have one, The Dream Hotel. The Dream Hotel is about Sarah. She's a woman who just came home from a conference abroad, and while she's at the airport, she gets detained by the Risk Assessment Administration. They inform her that they saw one of her dreams, and it looks like she's at high risk for harming the person who means the most to her, her husband. And so they take her and they say that you have to stay in this 21-day program, and as long as you do everything that we tell you to do, you're free to go after this. But she learns as soon as she gets there, first of all the other dreamers are women, and she's stuck in this facility and cannot leave. They continuously change the rules. Their regimen is so strict, if you even do one thing outside of it, your time restarts over. And then flash forward months later, she's still in this facility, and she's kind of starting to make peace with her new reality until another dreamer comes into the facility and wakes her up and basically leads her onto a collision course to face the people who literally put her in there in the first place. And this book is supposed to be a discourse about technology and how it continues to evolve and continues to be even more invasive, and how far we should let it go, where we should have these boundaries, and where do you lose your autonomy with this growing technology. And it just sounds super interesting. I've been wanting to read this since it came out. I believe it came out fairly recently, either this year or last year. It is a Pulitzer Prize and National Book Award finalist, so you know it's gonna be good. I've never read a book by this author, but this is such a unique premise. It sounds so good. And I know that this is kind of far-fetched for a sci-fi with romance, but to be fair, I don't think we're gonna get any closer than this because I think with romance and fantasy, it's very easy to blend the two, but I have not found a lot of sci-fi books, sci-fi specifically, where there's a lot of romance in it. Again, I am extremely biased. My pool of knowledge is very small. I've literally only read Hail Mary and the entire Red Rising series. I'm still on the Red Rising series, so I don't know much. The only other book I could think of is Dark Matter, but we already read that, and that was pretty romance heavy, but it was also a lot more of other things. So I think this is as close as we're going to get for the first book, and I'm pretty happy with it. So book number 1. I think for this month we're going to pull 6 books because I'm also going to include my book club book of the month. We don't know what we're going to be reading yet, but it looks like the girlies want to read a romance this month, so that's super exciting. Maybe we'll only pick one romance in this TBR. Also, if you haven't followed book club, make sure you follow book club. It is in the description always, so if you want to hang out with me and read books with me, make sure you click that link. Speaking of fantasy, I think I want to read a fantasy next. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I fear the only fantasy book that's green that I have is A Court of Mist and Fury. I have been avoiding this series like the plague. This came out like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and had all the girlies in a chokehold. The first book was okay to me. This is the only book I've read, which is A Court of Thorn and Roses. Thorns! A Court of Thorns and Roses. Thank you for coming. Please like and subscribe on your way out. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I've read this. I gave this a 3-star, I'm pretty sure. And that was even when I was lenient with ratings. And now I think it might even be worse. But everyone's telling me this is the best book in the series. She's a little thick though. However, this is the only green book I think I have in my fantasy section. That's kind of cosmic. It's the second book and I've only read the first book and it's the only one that's green. Should we do it? Should we finally get to this book? Oh, I don't know. I fear we must. I fear we must because we have no other option. If you're like me and you don't remember what this is about, this is a book about a human woman who kind of finds herself into the world of Fae. She had to save a bunch of people the first time around. And now in this second book, apparently she's about to get married to this man named Tamlin, I believe. And he's like the king of the spring court, right? But she's also like indebted to this other guy. His name is Rysand. And he is splitting her time with Tamlin. So half her time she's with Rysand. The other half she's with Tamlin. I'm finding this out the same way you're finding this out, so I could be wrong, but that's what this back is saying. And from there, she finds herself trying to figure out where she wants to be. And not only that, there's some underlying darkness that she has to figure out to save the world as usual. So everyone says that this is the best book in the series. Here we go. Book number 2. She's thick. Look at the first book and then look at the second book. God dang. But she is shorter, so I'm hoping that helps. We'll see. Now, because I know that book has heavy romance in it, I think I want to pick a literary fiction one this time. We got a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Family relationships. So this one has to be predominantly about family relationships. Let's see what we've got. The Fortunes of Jaded Women is the perfect book for this option. First of all, this is a book that I got for my birthday this year from Shaughnessy, one of my close friends. So this is already perfect, but this fits the criteria magnificently because this book is about Mai. She is a woman who is estranged from all 3 of her adult daughters. None of them want to talk to her. And then after an explosive disagreement she had 10 years prior with her younger sisters, she's also estranged from them too. So she's like completely alone. She's very miserable. She's not happy. And so eventually she consults her local psychic in Hawaii and she's like, you know what? Please give me a sign. What is going on? I know that our family has been cursed a long time ago. Someone cursed some of their ancestors. And from then they said that you'd always be miserable. The descendants of this family will always be miserable. Now, is this true? Is there any way that I can change this? And the psychic gives her an astounding revelation. She told her this year her family will witness a marriage, a funeral, and the birth of a son because this entire time her family has only been a lineage of women. So she's very excited to see what that means, see if she's going to be the one who's going to be the grandmother to a son, or is this going to be from some of her sisters or something? And then from there you watch her entire family, from daughters to aunts to mothers to cousins, all come back together, and apparently it's supposed to be very funny and very dramatic. And what's better than that? Funny and drama. That's exactly what we like, and she's very short, so why not? Guys, we're halfway there. I feel like this always goes by so fast and I never know what we're gonna read. It's always so fun to figure it out, but I do like this board game already a lot more than the last one just because I can pick the genre. That feels so magical. It's still random and it's still something I would never expect, but at least I can say like, oh, it's gonna be within this genre. Oh, it's gonna be within this genre. So that's very cool. Now, because we already played all 3 of the other ones, except for romance, it's time for this little bad boy right here. Also, can we talk about my little drawings? Did I finish coloring them in? No. But you know what? It's fine. Whenever I have another lazy cozy day, I can color them in. But I am pretty proud of this. And by the way, this was all freehand, babes. Freehand. You see the art?
You see it. You see it.
They used to call me Michelangelo. When I say they, I do mean myself, but it's okay. Because I'm not wrong. Look at that mushroom. Is she a little cutie? The color job could use some work. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the drawing in and of itself, where's America's Got Talent when you need it? Anyway, let's roll the dice. 4. I'm not gonna lie to you, I've completely forgot all the prompts that are on here, so your guess is as good as mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Read your favorite author. That is so nice, but for romance, I don't think I have a favorite author. We already know I love Abby Jimenez. We love some Emily Henry books, and I also really like Christina Lauren. So based on that information, what should we do? Okay, not to be a cheater, but to be a cheater, I feel like I can't do this for this one just because for the authors that I already love and consider favorites, I've already read those books and I don't want to read Great Big Beautiful Life as romance just because I heard that the romance is pretty much a subplot in that book and I'm going to read it anyway. So let's try to do something else. Let's try to roll something else. This is the only one we're going to cheat on. Shut up.
Stop the cap.
We got a 3. So let's back up 1. It's 7th book on the bookshelf for romance. Let's see what that is. That is so unbelievably ridiculous. So it's completely random. My only question is, how should we count? Should we count going from this way or should we count going from this way? Ooh, I don't know. Let's look at both 7 options and then we pick the one that I like. Okay, I'm gonna count from this way on. I'm not gonna count these books behind here just because these are books that I've already read or they're new releases or seasonal, so I'm not gonna read those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Summer in the City. First of all, can we talk about how gorgeous this book is? The sprayed edges. What? It is so pretty. Even this little cover, the dust cover is gorgeous. Also, can I tell you something? Is this a safe space? Is this a safe space? You already liked and subscribed, right? I didn't know until I started BookTube 3 years ago that you're supposed to take the dust covers off when you're reading a hardcover. I never knew that. I literally never knew that. So here we are. Also, look at the plain book. This book is every girl's dream. It is literally stunning and you're not even ready for this. You're literally not. Are you ready? Sit down. Sit down because you're gonna fall. Sit down. What? 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 It is so gorgeous. This author's attention to detail goes so crazy. Oh my goodness. And the back is like that too. I've literally wanted to read this book since it came out. I believe it came out this year. And I follow the author on Instagram and I just see her doing all of these press tours. You can tell she genuinely loves this book that she wrote. And I just love that. You love a passionate person. And it's been on my radar since I've been seeing her fly all over the US, fly all over the world promoting this book. And you know what? I'm a sucker for good promotion. I'm not gonna lie to you. Clearly, she got me. First of all, wait a second. This book was gifted to me. I believe I got this in Shelves in the City, but I was gonna buy it anyway. So there's that. And this book has a lot of fun tropes. It's very interesting. It's a lovers to enemies to lovers story. So this is about a girl. She's going back to live in New York City because she got the offer of a lifetime to write a big screen movie. That's not how you say that. She got the offer of a lifetime to write a script for a big time movie. Yeah. And so she's put up in this really nice apartment that she could never afford. She's back in a city that she kind of hates. And her next door neighbor is a guy she hooked up with 2 years ago. And they hate each other ever since. Oh! You guys know, I love when a man hates me.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's like, I'm just in your head all the time.
No, you're not. Yeah, no, you're not. No, you're not. Stop!
You just hate me so much. It's so cute. But anyway, it was lovers to enemies, and now she's trying to be lovers again. But this time is different. She's only using this guy. His name is Parker, by the way, and he's a billionaire with a B. So she's using Parker as inspiration for her screenplay because she's had writer's block for a long time. And because she's been so angry with him, every time they have an interaction, she has like this huge burst of energy and she can just write all night. So she's like, you know what? For whatever reason, he's my motivation. Let me just hang out with him a little bit. Plus, the plus side is he's a billionaire with a B. He knows all the hot spots in New York City. So if I'm going to write this really cool screenplay, let me hang out with him. And so they have this fake dating trope because he also needs her to pretend like he has a relationship to do this whole business negotiation thing. We don't really care about his job. And what started as fake dating later turns into real dating, as they all do. I don't know. It just sounds so cute. And it sounds like she has so many like good names and recs for places to go in New York City. And I personally love that because I'm literally 20 minutes away. I love that she picked New York City because that's just like, besides Paris, of course, I feel like New York City is the city of love or adventure and fun summer stuff. And this just sounds perfect. I was going to read this summer anyway, not gonna lie to you. We're actually going to pick this as one of the options for my book club book this month. They haven't picked yet, but this is one of the options. So that's really funny that I'm reading it anyway. And I could not be more happy with this option. So this is officially book number 4. 2 more, folks. We got 2 more. It's a 1. Let's do literary fiction again. So 1 for literary fiction is Just Bought. Because we recently just bought a ton of books online, we actually have plenty of options for this section. Now, if you guys haven't seen it already, I did do a book mail video, not the book haul, but the other one that was book mail, because these are books that I bought online by myself. They weren't gifted to me or anything. And I have 4 good options for this one. So this first one is a French book. I actually got this recommendation from one of my friends online. She read this and she said, it's the perfect book for summer. That's all she said. She gave no context. She literally just said, this is the perfect book for summer. So if not now, when? Then I got this book. This is called The Master and Margarita. This is considered a Russian classic, but she is pretty thick. Then I have this Italian classic. It is called Last Summer in the City. I just got this book because when I was on vacation, one of my friends was reading this and it just looked so good. And every time she read a quote or a passage from this book, I was like, oh my God, this just sounds like something that I definitely need to read. So here's that. And last but not least is Hunchback. This is a book about Japanese society written by a Japanese author, a disabled Japanese author, about people with disabilities and how they're kind of put into a box. So this is that. Now, these are 4 very different books. What should we do? I don't know. I will say, because we're already reading a pretty thick book this month and it's already hard to get through all of the books, I don't think I want to pick another big one. So I don't think we're going to be reading The Master and Margarita this month. I know this is going to be good. I just cannot read 2 big books in 1 month. I just can't do it. I'm just a girl. I can't do it. So maybe next time. That leaves us with 3. What do we do? Now, if you made it this far in the video, let me know in the comments below, which one should we choose? These are very good, very cool, very unique options. So what should we do? Is it going to be too late for me in real time? Yeah, but maybe you're right. Maybe you pick the one that I pick. I don't know. But based on this, based on the month that we're picking June, summer, or the book that's made for summer. What do we do here? I think these are our last 2 candidates. Okay, let's see what they're about and then we'll decide. Now, the back of this one says, this is a book about a young girl who leads a carefree life with her widowed father and his young mistress. Dang. Until one hot summer on the Riviera, he decides to remarry with devastating consequences. In a certain smile, Dominique, a young woman bored with her lover, begins an encounter with an older man that unfolds in unexpected and troubling ways. Now, the Times says it's funny, immoral, and thoroughly French. I don't know what that means, but I'm intrigued. Now, this one, The Last Summer, I already know what this one is about. It's about this young guy. He literally just turned 30 and he wants nothing with life. He has no desires. He has no ambitions. He's kind of just blowing in the wind, going from party to party, from couch to couch, not really caring about what he does. And it follows him in this summer of his 30s, where he has absolutely no goals in his life, while everyone around him does have goals. And it just follows him, his ideology, where he is going in life, what he's going to do in the future. And it's just kind of a thought piece on life in general. It's literally a snapshot of his life at that time. It's kind of like a picture of his 30s. And it takes place in Rome, so it sounds very good. 2 very different vibes. French and Italian. What are we feeling like? Are we feeling like French? Are we feeling like Italian? I don't know. Honestly, they both sound so good. I really could just like flip a coin. This is funny though. It says funny, immoral, and thoroughly French. What does thoroughly French mean? I think we're gonna do this one. Just because she said it's the perfect book for summer. And I do like funny books. So here's that. Also, this book was published from the author when she was 18. And it was her first ever work. And it was already a bestseller. That is so cool. The only other author that I know who's done that is obviously R.F. Kuang, because she wrote the Poppy War series when she was 18, which is insane. So this is book number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have one more left after this. Wow. Now, I don't know about you, but I feel like we should end strong with my favorite genre, which is now, I know it's usually literary fiction, but I feel like now it should be another sci-fi. I'm really hoping it's something that's not in a series, because I do not like series and I'm already in the middle of a few. Okay, we got a 3. 1, 2, 3. New author. I think I have a few that we can pick from. Ooh, I think we've got some. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we kind of killed this one. We have 2 really great options. We have The Ministry of Time as well as Calamity. Now, Calamity is kind of like a space odyssey, but it's an enemies to lovers romance. And The Ministry of Time is not like anything I've ever read before, so we will read a little bit of the back. And it says, in the near future, a civil servant begins working on a highly confidential project. A government ministry is gathering expats from across history to discover whether time travel is feasible for the human body, but also for the fabric of space-time. She will act as a bridge, living with, assisting, and monitoring the expat known as 1847, or Commander Graham Gore, who, as far as history is concerned, died on Sir John Franklin's doomed 1845 expedition to the Arctic. But as the bridge acquaints Gore with modern concepts such as washing machines, Spotify, and the collapse of the British Empire, she finds herself falling in love, with consequences that she never could have imagined. This sounds so interesting. I feel like we already have enough romance this month. Like, this sounds good, and I know this has a little romance in it too, but it has way more, it seems like. And I've heard really great things about The Ministry of Time, but you know what sold me? This is what the top says. One of Barack Obama's favorite books of the summer, winner of a Goodreads Choice Award, a Good Morning America book club pick. All 3 of them, the Holy Trinity. I feel like we gotta read The Ministry of Time. I don't know. My heart is saying The Ministry of Time. This sounds amazing, and this cover, Gorgina, so cute, love her. But we've had enough romance. I've had enough. And yes, this does say romance too. But it's different. It's a different font. It's a different font. I don't want to hear what you're saying. It's a different font. So I think we'll be reading The Ministry of Time. And this is our last book of the month. Now let's recap. Hold on. Oh, wowzers. Okay. First of all, I think we did great. I really like this board game. I just love that we could still be a little picky, but still have a little element of surprise. So it looks like we'll be reading The Ministry of Time. Then this book, you know, I can't even say the title. I don't even know what the title is. But this book, this French book, Summer in the City. This is perfect. If this doesn't scream beach book, beach read, I don't know what does. I am literally, okay, I can't bring this copy to the beach just because I cannot ruin this book. But I'll be reading it on my Kindle. Yeah. The Fortunes of Jaded Women. I still can't get over this cover. It's so cute. This is the only one I'm apprehensive about. A Court of Mist and Fury. I don't want to start this book because you know what? It's going to go 2 ways. Either I'm going to hate it and it's going to be a waste of time because look at how thick this book is, or I'm going to like it and then I have to read the rest of the series. There's no win for me. I don't know. We'll probably read this one last. And then we also have The Dream Hotel. Wow, we have so many great books. I think what I'm going to do is I want to start with the books that I'm most excited about, and I fear that it is The Ministry of Time. So I think I'm going to read The Ministry of Time first. Then we're going to go in with a romance because we need something fluffy here. Summer in the City. And then we'll read something a little crazy. I don't know what this is about to be about. I don't know how crazy this is about to get, but I'm here for it. And then I think I want to read another kind of sci-fi situation, technology thing. We'll read The Dream Hotel, and then we'll read The Fortunes of Jaded Women and round out this month with this. I really don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty happy with this month. I don't know. I think we did really good. Let me know in the comments below which book you're most excited for me to read, which book you wouldn't have picked or you would have picked, and what you'll be reading for this month as well. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. I love y'all so much, and I can't wait to read these books with you. Have a good day. Why did I say have a good day? I always say love you. Okay.